Hello, my name is Ryan, and when I was in university, I received the calling to serve in the ministry of expanding God's kingdom. But I remember being worried because going down this road meant that I would likely never be rich and that my family would never agree with this. Growing up, I've always been drilled to be business and money-minded. Success to my family means being rich and influential in the business world, and I believed it. One day, the opportunity to run my own digital marketing business came up, and eventually the business grew to a point where it started to demand a lot from me. It drew my attention away from the things that mattered the most to me: family, friendships, my relationship with God, and I was under immense pressure to make sacrifices and decisions that I was not willing to make. So I started blaming myself for not being able to deliver what was expected of me. Started to label myself as useless, weak, and constantly questioning my own ability. I had trouble sleeping at night due to anxiety. I realized that I was slipping into depression, and it got to a point where I had to go through therapy sessions to help me get out of it. And therapy helped me. It helped me come to accept that my nature, aspirations, and temperament were not cut out for the life of entrepreneurship or business leadership. I learned that to find joy in my life again, I needed to give up the business that I'm in and make career changes. But it wasn't an easy decision. I had zero idea what I wanted to do next. I was getting married at the time and moving out from the provision of my family with a couple of heavy financial commitments. I wrestled with this decision for a very long time, but eventually I found a peace in my heart knowing that this was a path that God wanted me to take, and took the step of faith to exit the business without any backup plans. But just by taking that step, I immediately felt all the burden, worry, anxiety fall off my shoulders. That even with unemployment and bills looming over me for a few months, I felt nothing but peace and assurance that He will provide. And over time, I started to find joy again, reconciled with the people that matter most to me, and I was able to draw closer to God. True enough, without even having to search for it, the opportunity to work for Alpha Malaysia came up. I was reminded of the calling that I was given from God all those years ago, and I applied for it. And today, I get to use my talents and my gifts in a work and ministry that brings meaning to my life, living the purpose that God has set out for me, all while still being able to afford the life that my wife and I have aspired to live. All thanks to taking that step of faith. We are all uniquely created by God. We have all our own strengths and weaknesses, personalities and characters. Sometimes certain shoes are just not meant for us to put on, and that's okay. God has plans for us to prosper, but it takes faith for us to not succumb to pressure from the world, trust in Him, and take steps of faith into plans that He has set out for us. And when we do, the fruits that we sow from our work will surpass anything in this world. God loves you and wants the best for you. So trust Him, let Him lead you, give your best while you're at it, and live the meaningful life that you were created to live.